Hi there, this is Nadia, the astrologer for people who do not believe in astrology but who want to hear their February forecast. And this is the forecast for Taurus. But before I move on to talk about what February means for you specifically, let me play you a short video where I talk about February astrology in general. If you've already heard this, skip to the next section. Notice the background? This is the apartment that we just started renting and are renovating now. But this is not why I'm filming here. I'm filming it here because this is the perfect metaphor for where we are in the beginning of 2025 astrologically. Now, I love the astrology of 2025-2026, although it contains a frankly scary and confusing conjunction of Saturn and Neptune. But what I love about it is that by the end of 2026, we will be in a completely new era. I will get into it more in the summer months when the glimpses of this new era will be more present with us. But it's kind of like this apartment, the new apartment will be here. It's just impossible to say at the moment how exactly it will be different from the old apartment that was here before we deconstructed everything. So in January, we were mostly dealing with old stuff or with the consequences of what happened in 2024. And in February, we begin kind of the same way. Mars is still retrograde. The super slow planets that take years to move through just one sign, they are all, except for Pluto, still in the old signs. They will move to the new signs in the summertime. Things start picking up slowly, very much like our renovation plans. We still need to do some work on what is here, getting rid of something, cleaning up a little bit. But then the new things will slowly start becoming more and more important. So what are we looking at? Venus, the planet of beauty and pleasure and love, moves from Pisces to Aries on the 4th of February. This is a bit of a downgrade for her, but a very useful one. Two slow planets that I keep talking about, Saturn and Neptune, will move into Aries and will form an extremely important and influential conjunction there. It is not an easy one, but it has a lot of potential. And Venus, because of its retrograde, in the next 2 months, it will be crossing it 2 times and then again in May. And it will start giving us clues. Specifically, it will start giving us clues about what could there be in this area of your chart, where the beginning of Aries is, that is so beautiful and so worthy and so valuable and so seductive probably, that you wouldn't mind doing the work that Saturn and Neptune will require you to do later on. Jupiter, the planet of luck and abundance, is ending its retrograde, goes direct also on the 4th. It will need a bit of time to pick up speed, but in general, now it is more powerful than ever since it entered Gemini in the last summer. So if you were a little bit disappointed with the performance of Jupiter in Gemini, this is the time when it can redeem itself. We also have a bombastic full moon in Leo on the 12th. We have a curious, gentle, and kind of very nice new moon in Pisces on the 28th. On the 24th, Mars goes direct, and new things will start popping up here and there from then on. Now, February is the month for you to integrate and solidify the teachings of Uranus that has been transiting your sign since 2018, 2019. It has been trying to teach you independence and vision and a bit of detachment so you could break the mold and create your own unique path. It will leave you for 3 months this summer and then for good in 2026. So before it does, it really needs to make sure that you truly learned something from it. If I need to spell it out, do not try to please people by doing something that is not aligned with who you are now or with where you want to be in the future. During the summer months, you will be the most pleasant and pleasing person ever, or at least since you have been in the past few years. Use the time now to not care about whether they like you or not. Be true to yourself. Jupiter will end its retrograde and will station direct on the 4th of February in your second house of earnings and spendings. This is amazing for sales and salary negotiations. But again, don't try to sell a nice person, sell a unique approach. And while I'm at it, maybe try to not spend as much, because Jupiter doesn't really care like which way the money flows from you or to you. So a little bit more of self-control in this area is smart. Days surrounding the full moon in Leo on the 12th of February may be stressful for you because people at work and in your family may start attacking your independence. Don't give in. You can protect your freedom with grace and kindness, with compassion and understanding, but stand your ground. This is kind of a test that I was talking about in the beginning of the forecast. A more relaxing event is the new moon in Pisces on the 28th. It will fall into your 11th house of social connections and future. If you work with an audience, this work may go well and may bring you more money. Or you may spend some more money on some social or future-oriented event. In every other horoscope, I was talking a lot about what's happening or what's going to happen in Aries. This you don't have to worry about, or at least not yet. But what could be useful to you is Mars retrograde. It may help you finish up some project that needs focus and is also connected with learning or writing or administration or documents or transport. If you have something of that kind in your life, and especially if it is something that you have been dealing with since last autumn, then do what needs to be done so that this stressful project is done and forgotten by April. It's okay to be stressed about it. It's not okay to be passive about it. So I wish you to have a month in which you will remain very true to yourself. And I want you to feel it in your bones that right now this is the right thing to do. If you have questions, please ask them in the comment section, and have a good one, Taurus.